tonight, eh?
Milo, is that you?
There, I think I got it. Hey, Spoon.
Yes.
Hey, do you remember a long time ago? Is Bruce the mailboy sleeping there in the corner?
I don't know. I'll poke him with a stick. Bruce.
What?
Cried out loud.
What?
See, that's what happens when you have to watch the vertical pump.
Yeah, exactly. When you're a turbine pump.
Pump.
When you remember this might even be over a year ago that we interviewed a guy named William Sampson in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the guy that was modeling the death of the Milwaukee Road.
Yeah, and you were really struggling with that.
I was, yes. I think I may have overcome it. No, I haven't.
But when we were talking to him, we forgot to tell him that your dad worked for the Milwaukee Road.
Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
So we'll do the Kelly questions with him, and we'll see if he's still in the green room. And when he comes out, we'll tell him that your dad worked for the Milwaukee Road.
Oh, okay. We can do that. But Bruce has to go get him this time. I'm not walking down those steps.
Bruce?
Hello?
Can you go get or should we just, yell at him through the...
Just yell at him?
Yeah, through the tin can.
Oh, man.
Hey there, William. Hey there, William Sampson. William Sampson, to the studio, please.
I think those are working better and better, those...
Oh, man. Holy smokes. Who left all this stuff laying out here? All right. Well, that is quite the treacherous little path from the green room.
So have you been in there a whole year?
Oh, it seems like it. Those paint cans are very uncomfortable to sit on.
William, remember a long time ago when we interviewed you?
Yeah.
We forgot to tell you that Spoon's dad worked for the Milwaukee Road.
Really? I had no idea. Is that what brings the interest into the Milwaukee Road?
Yeah. Yeah, he worked for the Milwaukee Road from 1971 to right around 1983 or 84, somewhere right in there.
Well, so he got out just in time.
Yeah, he just made a conscientious decision to go to a different railroad at that time. Yeah.
Oh, he went to a different railroad?
Yeah, he went to the Escanaba and Lake Superior.
Okay, and where was that out of?
He actually worked out of Green Bay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually worked out of Green Bay for a while and kind of went all over their system. But for the most part, he worked out of Green Bay. Went from Green Bay up to Crivets, Wisconsin, and back, which is about 70 miles, 140-mile round trip. And
for those who don't know, Green Bay, Wisconsin is on the western shore of Lake Michigan. No, yeah, Lake Michigan.
It's west of Lake Michigan. Yes.
Oh, what do you mean it's west of Lake Michigan?
Well, it's not on the shore of Lake Michigan.
Oh, they're in a little bit. There's the Green Bay.
A little bit. We have the Bay of the Green Bay. We are at the mouth of the Bay of Green
now
Bay.
there's somebody. We have 24 listeners in Columbia. Do you think they really? You are so this. I apologize, William, that you have to be here when this is going on.
Well, may I say something though? If they weren't on Green Bay, it'd be called Lake Michigan.
Exactly. It's not a bay. A bay of a lake is part of Lake Michigan. Is it not?
It's still called Green Bay.
It is connected to it. It is a separate body of water than Lake Michigan.
Is
it? It's a big body of water, though.
It's a big body of water, though.
Like Kempenfeld Bay is part of Lake Simcoe.
Yeah, so if you're on Kempenfeld Bay, are you not in Lake Simcoe?
You're part of it, but you're on what's called Kempenfeld Bay.
Yeah, but isn't Lake Simcoe? Kempenfeld Bay is part of Lake Simcoe?
Okay, how about Georgian Bay?
If you're in Hudson Bay, are you in the Atlantic Ocean?
There you go.
Don't argue with me.
Or if you're in James Bay, are you in Hudson Bay?
If you're in San Francisco Bay, are you in the Pacific?
For all of our listeners in New Zealand, Green Bay, Wisconsin is connected to a body of water that would not exist if it was not for Lake Michigan. It is if you're on a lake freighter for the Great Lakes. If you're in the Lake Freighter of the Great Lakes, you leave Green Bay and you enter Lake Michigan.
I will agree with that statement.
There you go. You go past Sister Bay and Egg Harbor and Marionette and Escanaba. So your dad worked for the Escanaba and what?
Lake Superior.
And didn't you tell me that's an independent railroad that's still owned independently?
Yes. Yep.
A family owned or something, isn't it?
What's that?
Family owned?
Yeah. The Larkin family owns that, and it's a cool little operation. It's an interesting operation, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Push your microphone just 1/8 of an inch from your mouth.
How's that?
That's perfect. Okay, so William, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I almost fell asleep, but I'm awake.
So we're gonna do the Kelly questions, which is a series of hard-hitting questions about your interests in railroading and model railroading.
All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Which do you prefer, steam or diesel?
Diesel.
And do you have a particular diesel that you're in favor of?
The SDL 39.
Have you ever been interested in Wisconsin Central's SDL 39 587?
Not if it's in Wisconsin Central paint.
Okay. Was it ever in Milwaukee Road paint?
You bet it was, and I'd be okay with it.
All right. Because our very own Spoon, we have Spoon, which of course you've already heard. The guys that were arguing with me, the gentlemen that were arguing with me are none other than Spoon, Mike the Spoon Ostertag, who stirs trouble. He's from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, mother frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. And then we have Bruce the moderately agitated mailboy. And I guess tonight, tonight I guess I'm Lionel the quite agitated host.
Severely agitated.
I'm severely agitated. Yes. Okay, so your favorite diesel is the SDL 39.
Correct.
How many gallon fuel tank did it have?
1,500.
How long? What was the wheelbase? Same as the GP7?
GP9, GP7. They're only 6 or 7 inches apart.
All right. Did it run well with other locomotives?
Probably not GE. It probably didn't have didn't run through transition very well.
All right. What's your favorite prototype railroad?
Prototype railroad would probably have to be the Milwaukee Road.
Okay. And what are you modeling?
The Milwaukee Road.
Okay. So you're modeling the Milwaukee Road, but your layout is called Sioux, the Milwaukee Road.
That's correct. I do the merger of the Sioux, the Milwaukee Road. So the Sioux line merged with Milwaukee Road in '86. So that's what created Sioux, the Milwaukee Road.
What year, Spoon, did the Milwaukee Road die?
December 31st, 1985.
Okay.
It's the day that will live in infamy.
Yeah, there you go. If you were rail fanning, would you rather photograph the trains or ride on them?
Both.
Really?
I'd be all on board for both. But if I had to choose between the two of them, riding would be the way to go.
Yeah. Would you like me to read? Would you like me to read the question for you again? If you were rail fanning, would you rather photograph the trains or ride on them?
Ride them.
Okay. If you could time travel, what era would you model? What era would you travel back to?
I would go back to 1969.
Okay. How come?
Because it's pre-BN. When the merger world starts happening, I think it gets a little bit more just streamlined. And you had a lot of cool roads in the 60s.
Okay, so why are you modeling in 1986 if you go back to 1969?
Because for me personally, I always saw those roads growing up. But if I had a choice to be able to teleport back in time, I would go to 69 just to, see what the traditional railroad world was like.
Okay, cool. Mike, Spoon, what era would you go back to?
I would go back to right around 1971, 72 time, like the very, very early 70s.
We'll pick a year.
Okay, 1972.
What month?
June.
Okay. Bruce, how about you? Bruce is on mute. Bruce is gone. Bruce
He's
left the
putting
room.
coins in the slot again. We really have to buy him a actual plug-in one, not like a wind-up computer. We really have to do that. I mean,
Hello.
Hello.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Did you
Nope.
leave? Did you leave?
Jeez.
Lionel, can we find it in the corporate budget to maybe help him out a little
Yeah,
bit?
we might be able to. This is the first time actually, and you know how agitated I get when the people's internet isn't working. This is the first time I think we've been having fun with it.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next question. William, what was your first model train?
First model train was a SD40-2 custom painted blue with the state of Minnesota on the side.
Was it like a kit or like a train
No,
set?
somebody freelanced it, and that's what my dad had bought at a hobby what was it, a flea market rather, and it was just custom painted that way. It was an Athearn locomotive. They sprayed it navy blue and put a white state of Minnesota on the side.
So do you remember what year that would have been?
Probably would have been like 1988.
How old would you have been?
8.
Okay, cool. I bet you were born in 1980 then.
Nailed it. That's right.
What's your favorite model railroad scale?
HO.
Okay, true or false? Is N scale dead?
I would say false, because you can get a lot more N scale railroad into what would be an HO scale space.
That's true. It's I don't think N scale is so much dead as it's just lost in the hobby.
Yeah, I think it's getting more refined. I've seen N scale stuff come out that has super details on it, and I'm amazed in some cases how refined they are.
Can you just hang on there a minute, boys? Where the three of us or William, where the three of us are going to huddle up for a minute.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoon, are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, this guy claims he listens to the show, but he doesn't know this whole N scale bit.
No, I know he doesn't. I mean, just move, just keep going.
Just keep going. All right.
Yeah, just remember how to
nod.
score that. Remember, you got to put the integral scoring system involved here.
All
So
right.
I mean, it's
Okay.
Just nod and smile and move on.
All right. Oh, hey, William. Okay, we're back. What's your favorite model railroad?
Favorite model railroad probably be my dad's GN in 1970.
That's cool. I don't think that we've had many people, guys, where they get to say their favorite model railroad is their dad's.
I can't think of any.
I don't know if I can think of any either. What's your dad's name?
William Sampson.
Oh, what's your name?
William Sampson.
Are you the second?
I'm actually the 5th.
The fifth?
Wow.
Yep.
Holy mackerel. And are they
I
all?
don't think we've had a fifth on the show
No,
before.
I don't think we ever had a fifth.
we have had one before.
Oh, yeah. Before the show, maybe, but not on the show.
Not on the show. We've had a 40 ouncer, but never a fifth.
Yeah, we've never had a fifth.
And what's your middle name, William?
William Matthew.
What's your dad's middle name?
William Scott.
Okay, so you guys get to switch that around.
Yep. And then I had my grandpa William Joseph, and then William Courtney, and then William. We don't even know his middle name.
That's awful long.
Yeah, it is a long middle name.
You know what just scared the heck out of me, Spoon?
What?
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Oh, good God!
That's
Not again.
That's unnerving.
We have to take that medication again.
Yeah,
now if we're starting to do that.
Who's your most influential model railroader?
Probably Gary Friesman.
Gary Friesman, and where's he live?
He's in Montemedi, which is just northwest of St. Paul, northeast of St. Paul.
And how would people see his model railroad? Has it been published, or is it got a website, or?
He's been in Model Railroad a couple times, as well as I actually have a short clip of his railroad on my channel, but you can search the Arkwood and Rice Creek, and you'll see a preview of his railroad. A few guys have done videos.
Okay. Should we interview him on the big AML podcast?
He'd definitely be worth a good interview if you're able to get a hold of him.
Okay. Why is he kind of hard to get a hold of?
No, he's just via phone. I mean, if you guys can interview via phone, he's definitely he's a funny guy to listen to. I interviewed him a few weeks back in a podcast, or not a podcast, a YouTube video that I'll be posting of Gary.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's Sue the Milwaukee Road. SOO the Milwaukee Road.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, I do. It's Sue the Milwaukee Road.
Excellent. I bet you post a lot of pictures of stuff you're working on, your cars and your weathering and your 187th scale vehicles and stuff.
You bet. I try to get as much information as I can up there, but the goal is to hit 1.5 million subscribers, and we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, select one of the following as your favorite: bench work, track work, scenery, or electrical.
Gonna go electrical.
Yeah, are you kind of handy that way, or it's just something you've always enjoyed, or?
I actually learned from Colin Mueller, who did the electrical on my dad's railroad. He's a master electrician. He had shown me the ropes kind of as a kid growing up. So I've always kind of enjoyed it. And with the DCC evolution that's kind of happened over the years, I kind of get a kick out of the servos and signals and all the stuff that you're able to do now with the model railroads.
Yes, I think it has enhanced the hobby dramatically. What's the easiest way for people to learn how to do DCC?
Easiest way to do it is just learn.
Okay, where is there a good place on the internet that they can go to learn about DCC?
That what I use is I search on YouTube. I search whatever it is, like a BDL 168, which is a Digitrax board for signaling. I just search BDL 168 Digitrax, and there's guys that are putting great content out there.
All right, perfect. All right, so whatever it is you're looking for, just put that in, and somebody will have made a video about it.
Yep, and if they haven't, they can contact me, and I'll throw a video together to show them how it works.
All right, and your name is?
William Sampson.
William Sampson, Sapson.
No, Sampson.
That's what I said, Sampson.
You got it.
If you could give somebody starting out in the hobby just one item and cost was no object, what would it be?
I would say a Digitrax system.
All right, an entire system ready to go.
Yeah, I go top shelf too. We'll go with I think is it the Super Chief or whatever the top shelf is for Digitrax now.
Top shelf with is Bruce on mute again?
Hello, I'm sorry. Top shelf with a peanut butter.
There you go.
This is a disaster.
This is one of the best shows we've ever done. It's one of the best shows. All right, where are we? I've lost my place. Where do you buy most of your model railroad supplies?
It's actually Perry's Hobby.
Okay.
Morgan, Minnesota.
Morgan, Minnesota?
Yep.
And how is the hobby shop game in Minnesota? Does it still exist?
I think it is pretty strong. We've got a number of them. Becker's Hobby, Scale Model Supply. There's Hub Hobby. We have a handful of them that are available to us for supplies. So
the hobby's alive and well in Minneapolis, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely booming. At least we're keeping them. We're keeping them in business.
Okay. What's your favorite train event of the year, model or prototype?
Ooh, boy. I would probably say the Fairgrounds flea market that they have in the spring.
How big is that show, roughly?
That show from a table standpoint is, it's got to be around 100 and some tables, and occupancy, I would say you're probably every bit of probably 500 to maybe 700 individuals passing through.
All right, cool. So it's a big show then.
Yeah.
All right. Do you prefer regular beer or light beer?
Ooh, I got to go regular.
Okay. Do you prefer salty or sweet?
I say sweet.
Dogs or cats?
Ooh, I got to pick one. I'm not a pet person, but I go dogs.
Good answer. If you had a dog, what would his name be?
Oh, it's probably got to be Diesel.
That's a good answer too.
That's a good dog name.
That is a good dog name, especially for train guys.
Especially if it's like some little tiny Chihuahua or something.
Yeah. One of them little yappy dogs.
Yeah, a little yappy lap dog or something like that.
Yeah. But if you ever get Spoon, if you ever get old, which you will, older, you're almost 50, so you're like really old already.
I know.
Don't ever get one of those. If you get a little dog, if you insist on getting a little dog, don't drive around with it in your lap, okay?
Or I'm gonna have a Labrador or a Lab or a Retriever driving around in my lap or driving me around. One of those.
Have you ever? What's your favorite hot dog condiment?
Oh, favorite hot? I'd go relish.
Excellent answer. Very good answer.
That may have just saved you.
Yeah, that helps. Have you ever been bungee jumping?
No.
If you were a beer can, What size would you be?
I'd say a 40 ounce.
Wow, good answer. What? Any particular brand?
I'd say probably grain belt.
Oh, there you go. That's
Grain belt.
he just got
A
high
Northeast.
marks there.
What's that?
A Northeast.
A Northeast. What's?
Northeast is one of their types of beers.
Okay. Anybody want to help me out here?
Oh, it is yummy.
Well,
It is.
what-
It is. I believe it's brewed in New Ulm, Minnesota. It's kind of like a pilsner. Regular straight grain belt is. But the Northeast is a little bit more of an ambery type of beer. Very, very good. Very
Huh.
good.
okay. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
3. I know that for a fact. I got a pair of tennis shoes, sandals, and a pair of boots.
Wow. Look at this. What about dress shoes? You don't have dress shoes?
Nope.
You never go out dressy?
Well, I guess they're technically then you can get me on 4, but they don't come out very often.
Well, that's the question. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Well, they're in a box. I don't count them sitting on the floor.
So do you not own them?
Well, I rent them.
All right. So you got 4 pairs of shoes, maybe. What is your favorite Bobby Goldsboro song?
Ooh, Bobby Goldsboro. You got me.
I've
That's
never
I
heard
thought that was Sonny and Cher.
it. Yeah.
That's I Got You.
Oh, close.
So you got me. I've never heard of Bobby Goldsboro sing that one. Have you?
No, but how about 1969 Sunset Pledge of Love?
Wow.
What? Is that a deep cut or what?
1969 Bobby Goldsboro. All right, I'm getting that. Somebody get out the keyboard here. We better time out in the action. Deep cut in the what? What's it called? Did he leave?
No, I was
Who?
saying, were we digging for a deep, or you're looking for a deep cut? I just said 69. That's the year I want to model, or if I could go back in time, I might as well at least go to a Bobby Goldsboro concert and check out the song.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now this could ruin his score. What is this? What is the Bobby Goldsboro song you're talking about?
Sunset Pledge of Love.
Sunset Pledge of Love. Man, oh man. How did you ever hear of that one? Did you work?
Well, it's the only Bobby Goldsboro song I can even think of.
Man, oh man.
Well, there it is.
There it is. Holy
There it is.
Wow.
That's all I got.
That's all he's
He's
got.
up in the
If you said-
score range of
Holy man, yeah.
Ed Olchek now.
Yeah, if you said Tom Petty, I could rattle off a bunch of them, but yeah.
Yeah, you need to be listening to a few of these. Kelly questions to understand why we're so excited.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Bobby Goldsboro Pledge of Love. Holy mackerel!
You can buy that on Amazon for $4.99
Yeah, exactly.
on vinyl.
And I'm thinking that answer's pushing up an Ed Olchewski
Yeah,
score
that
here.
is up there. Holy mackerel! Just out of nowhere, he's got this.
Out of nowhere, boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bottom of the ninth. The count. It's three balls, two strikes, 3 men on base, and you're down 5-1.
And
Or
he's
4 to
fouled
1.
off 4 in a row already.
Yeah, he's fouled off. He has fouled off 4 in a row, and he hasn't been up the bat for a month. Boom, deep center.
Deep to center field. It's another Lincoln homer.
I think I might actually be speechless.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if we.
Is
I
there
don't
any
know if we
point
should
going
really-
on?
I don't think so. Like,
I don't know. I don't know what to do next. This has
Yeah.
never happened before.
Yeah, this has never happened before. Yeah, you might have broken the Kelly question.
William Sampson, final episode of Kelly Questions. Irrevocably broken.
Is that just a mic drop and I walk away?
Yeah.
Pretty
Something
much.
like that.
Holy wow!
Jeez.
Wow!
Well, music is something I definitely enjoy. So I mean, you name an artist, I usually will pull out something.
Holy man! And it's this machine gun delivery too. It's like
Yeah.
Pledge of Love, 1969. What?
It was. We're all sitting here in the studio looking at each other like, is this guy serious?
Yeah,
Did he
is this a joke or what's
What?
he?
Oh man, I don't know. Now my head hurts.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a brain freeze, only worse.
Well, maybe you need a fifth.
I'm gonna need something.
Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Or grain belt.
Oh,
I can just see Jacobs driving down the road right now going, he's probably pulled over. You know what? I bet you Tom Jacobs is pulled over by it. So is Kevin Marks. You know what? There's AML regulars all over the countryside. Just
Causing accidents.
Yeah, little Mike Wachowski, wherever you are, take a picture of when you heard Bobby Goldsboro Pledge of Love, 1969.
he's at the Maribel exit, just standing there, yelling.
Yeah.
He's like outside, stomping all over his car, just sitting there not knowing what to do.
He's trying to catch his breath like he just took.
Oh my good lord! Wow.
Holy-
News from CNN. Kelly questions answers cause chaos nationwide.
Global stock market's crashing.
Mass panic. People running into the streets.
And you know what Martin Jenkins is saying right now? Well, it's hot right now down in Brisbane.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we try to soldier on?
I think we have to. Yeah, I think we.
Best AML fashion. I think we have to.
Yeah, I think we
Oh.
have to for the fans. We have to try to get through it. But
Yes, think of the fans.
if you were a superhero, what sort of powers would you have?
I still got to go invisibility.
All right. And what do you think your costume would look like?
It's got to be something spandex because that's what all superheroes wear.
Which,
That, I'd say black spandex.
with maybe a mirror on it or something.
Yeah, a mirror cape.
Yeah, here's a question. If he's invisible, how can he know what his uniform looks like?
Yeah, I was just gonna, Bruce. I was thinking the exact same thing. Why would he have a costume on if he could be invisible?
I thought his answer was going to be Mr. Music. Ask me.
Wow.
Oh my, Mr. Kelly questions. Holy mackerel! All right. Have you ever had a brush with the law?
No,
Why not? Are you boring?
well, I just haven't ever gotten myself into anything where the law caught up to me.
All right. Have you ever had a moving violation when you're driving?
I did roll a stop sign.
And did a police officer pull you over?
You bet they did. And it was around 1 in the morning, and I didn't have anything to drink. I actually had gotten home from a Timberwolves game, and I called my dad that morning and at that time of night, and he says, what'd you call me for? I'm like, I don't know. I got a ticket. All right. Well, you deal with it. And that was it.
Click.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was about right. You wake somebody up in the middle of the night to tell them that you rolled a stop sign. But that was the first time and only time that I've gotten a ticket.
Okay, but the police. So you had a brush with the law then?
Yeah, I suppose if that's a brush, I didn't think it was that big of a thing. But
You thought it was important enough to call your dad in the middle of the night?
I think it was a teenager. So
Have you ever been on TV?
yes,
Okay, in what capacity?
Tim Allen movie Joe Somebody.
Really?
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh,
If you know Julie Bowen, who's from Modern Family,
Yes.
the mom.
Yeah.
Well, she's in the movie with Tim Allen, and it was filmed here in the Twin Cities. And there's a show or a bar rather. Can't remember the name of the bar offhand, but they filmed a karaoke scene. And if you watch that scene, there I am. I'm front and center wearing a blue shirt with white khakis, and I stand out like a sore thumb. So casting clearly didn't get my wardrobe squared away right.
So were you an extra, and this was what they gave you, or you just happened to
Yeah.
be there?
Nope, that's what I actually voluntarily went there, and my roommate and I, we ended up figuring, let's see if we could do this, and we went through casting. They said green light, go ahead, and we waited there, and it wasn't until 2 a.m. they finally call us out of this basically a makeshift tent, and we went in and filmed the scene, and we made it to the silver screen, so that was kind of cool.
Cool. And it's been on TV ever since, because that was the question. Have you ever been on TV?
No, yeah, it's been on TV many a times, and my
right.
syndication checks just aren't showing up. I don't know if they got my address right.
Who's your best friend?
Best friend's got to be my wife,
All right. What's your wife's name?
Kristen.
Kristen. Hi, Kristen. How you doing? And what are your kids' names?
It's Caitlin, William, and Lexi.
All right. Ages?
2, 4, and 6.
Wow. So you seem like a guy that would have it pretty rhythmic.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have one.
every 2 years.
Yeah, every 2 years we're going to have a kid whether we need it or not. So you've got 2, 4, and 6. Is there another one on the way or did you stop?
No, not that we're planning on. I got to get things sorted out so I don't have a fourth one.
Yeah, that's okay. That's probably more information than we need.
You got to go into the shop for a little work.
That's right. I need an alignment.
What's your favorite zoo animal?
Favorite zoo animal? Giraffe.
That's a pretty popular answer, actually.
It is, yes.
Well, my giraffe, though, I'd like to be is just knee high. I want a small miniature giraffe. That would be ideal.
Is there such a thing?
No, but that would be what I'd like if I could actually have some fictional animal.
Well, maybe your superpower should be able to be changing animals to whatever size you want.
I'll stick with my invisible.
Animal sizing man.
That would be an interesting power.
Yeah.
That herd of elephants is coming at us. Hurry up, shrink them.
Do you prefer baseball, hockey, or football?
It would have been baseball, but now it's hockey.
All right. If you could choose only one professional sports team to root for, would it be the Detroit Tigers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, or the Green Bay Packers?
It's the Leafs.
Wow. Excellent answer.
Yes.
Excellent answer.
Oh, no.
I've been to Lambeau numerous times, but
That's not the point.
You've been to Lambeau. Have you been to Lambeau Field?
Nothing to do with Lambeau Field. It's such a disappointing.
Because
you're losing points here.
No,
you're
losing points.
At least you didn't say the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And what about the Minnesota Wild?
Yeah, they're all right, but as far as a consistency of a team, I think that the Leafs have a lot better roster.
Well, they've
been consistently out of it for 50 years.
Yeah, exactly. What do you, just offhand, what do you think of the Boston Bruins?
Not a fan of the Bruins.
Nah.
Attaboy.
Yeah. When you
we'll give you bonus marks on that one.
When you drink soda with a straw, what do you do to get the soda up the straw?
Suck it.
There you go. Okay. If you were stranded on a desert island and with just one person, would it be Bruce, the moderately agitated mailboy, Mike, the spoon Ostertag, who stirs up trouble, or Lionel, the evil overlord?
Boy, I guess you probably got to go with the spoon because he keeps you warm.
That's probably a bit more information than we need.
Hey, I'm a hugger.
No, I think you're the other spoon.
Oh, that
Ooh.
spoon.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This one may have to go on the Patreon site.
Yeah. And finally, the last question, what's your favorite podcast?
Oh, favorite podcast has to be A Modeler's Life.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. So now we got to do the scores, and that takes a little bit of time. We got to do some ciphering. So, Spoon, we'll let you go first.
I don't want to go first. My score sheet is so messed up. Okay.
You know what?
Right.
I'll go first. Okay. I never go first. All right. So I got off to a bad start when he picked diesel, and then the SDL 39 was his favorite diesel, but he wasn't a fan of the 587 unless it was painted in Milwaukee Road colors. And of course, we all know that our favorite diesel here at the old AML network is the SDL 39 painted 587 painted in Wisconsin Central colors. So that got me off to a bad start. He was a negative right out of the box. And then when I had to ask him the rail fanning question, he couldn't pick. He didn't understand the question. And he was way off on the N scale stuff. He didn't understand. He says he listens to the show, but he doesn't know anything about the N scale stuff. So, influential model railroader, his dad. I like that answer. I thought that was a great answer. and then select one of your following. And in here, from select one of your following to down Coke or Pepsi, his answers were awfully fast and short, and I was worried about extending the time of the show, and it was going to be too short of a show because he was answering too fast. So he was, with every question, he was losing points with me. So he was getting farther and farther in the negative. And hot dog condiment, he did okay there, bungee jumping. But then, of course, we got to this one question. Well, and you know what? How many pairs of shoes do you have? Really irritated me. He said 3 when he actually owns 4. So he doesn't know how many pairs of shoes he has.
Yeah, you don't like guys that don't know how to count.
No.
No.
It's a simple question. How many pairs of shoes do you have? It's not how many pairs of shoes do you wear. It's how many pairs of shoes do you have?
That would only be one, wouldn't it? Can you only wear one at a time?
Exactly. That's an excellent.
Sometimes you get up in the dark and you have one of each on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Done that
actually,
before.
If you have 2 feet, you would actually be wearing 2 shoes, wouldn't you?
And then after that, I got really, really annoyed because the next question was, what is your favorite Bobby Goldsboro song? And he blurted out, The Pledge of Love, 1969. And like at that point, you know how I get, I started to flounder thinking, what's he talking about? I don't understand. Bobby Goldsboro, Pledge of Love, 1969. And then he started to ramble on about if he could go back in time and because of trains, 1969 would be a fun time to be. And I didn't understand anything what he was saying. And then all of a sudden popped up on Google, there's a Bobby Goldsboro called The Pledge of Love in 1969. So I didn't really care about the rest of the questions, although I was very impressed with the Leaf question. And because of that Bobby Goldsboro question, I added it all up, divided by 3, added 6, and came up with a very solid score of 57.
Wow.
And then there was silence.
There was. Holy cow. That's
all right. I've done my ciphering.
All right.
You seem to have trouble with the simple concept of and or. Like, do you like this or that? Not both. Not that. Or one or the other. So he had trouble there. So, like you, he was on a massively downward trend. End scale, he kind of. Yeah, does he listen to the podcast? Right again. So, and then he was recovering. He was recovering good on the short snapper questions, making a strong comeback. And then the Bobby Goldsboro thing. Well, that just blew my mind. So, like away it went. Like he was, like I said, he was approaching Ed Olszewski category there with Ed's best answer. Your superpower, you're being understanding woman. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he got infinity. Yeah. We're still trying to decipher that score.
Yeah, the machine's still spinning around downstairs trying to figure that one out. Anyhow, all the ciphering done, it was good. He liked the Leafs, and he liked them better than some cheesehead football team. So that's a plus. And throughout my ciphering, I came at a 42.139.
Wow. That's a good score too.
You haven't given a score like that for quite a while.
No, this is we're in a very special thing happened here tonight.
Yeah, it's like it's like being at a baseball game and this is the first rookie to hit an inside the park home run since Dinky Potts did it in 1932 with the Dodgers.
This will be the type of thing that people ask. When did you hear on the Kelly questions, Bobby Goldsboro, Pledge of Love?
Yeah.
Where were you when you heard that? And people say, "Oh, I remember that, man."
Yeah, because from now on, when somebody's doing the Bobby Goldsboro question and they go, "We don't know. I don't know who that is." My next comment will be, "You've never heard of the Pledge of Love?"
Yeah. Yeah. Honey is out the window.
Yeah.
All right, I got mine figured out.
Okay.
All right.
You went through about 4 erasers, I noticed.
I know. It was furious, and I got paper all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
Little bits of rubber all over.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the smoke; that'll dissipate.
Yeah.
All right. He started out pretty good with the SDL 39, and the favorite locomotive, and then he right away hit that wall, not getting that ride or photograph question.
Yeah, I know.
That I almost just walked out right then. I mean, it honestly really kind of tossed me.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. It's one of those.
I mean, I'm like it's
one of those ones. It's one of those.
You
ones.
want milk or water?
Yeah,
well,
yeah, exactly.
It's one or the other.
It's one of those. It's one of those ones where you slump over the desk and just throw the pencil up in the air and kind of go, "Really, buddy?"
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't illegal, we should actually keep like an electrical buzzer that they're sitting on. So when they screw the question up, it just bam, you give them like a little jolt, and whatever. That's for a different podcast, I guess. But anyway, the electrical question, that just showed he kind of lost points on that for me, because that just showed pure insanity liking that. He recovered with the hot dog question. Boy, was I nervous on that one. I thought he was going to say ketchup for sure.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be and then the grain belt question, and that he started to skyrocket a little bit, because I am a fan of that. So I'm, it's not very often you meet somebody else that likes that. The Bobby's Goldsboro question, I still have not recovered from. And then the hockey question came up, and everything was going great. Got marks for liking hockey. I have become much more of a hockey fan than a football fan, and baseball is still whatever, but hockey is high marks. But siding with you birds on the Leafs, I tell you what, that actually kind of hurt a little bit. And I had to dock on points. And
before you go on, William, I think you need to just prepare yourself at this. Don't be counting your championship just yet.
I'm gonna have to this carry and subtract the 23. It's I'm gonna give him a score of 35.
Wow.
Well, not bad.
Still a good score.
The Bobby Goldsboro and grain belt are what saved him.
Yeah, he's gonna
enormously.
He's gonna have he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be around the. You could be in second or third place after this score, William.
All right.
Yeah, this is you've done very well. This is one of the great games. This is like stopping 70 shots and losing 3-2.
Well, that sounds like Dubnik.
Yeah, or Ron Tugnut from 1989.
Tugnut.
Good name.
The Quebec Nordiques against the who are they playing? They were playing. Don't tell me. Let me guess. I think the Islanders. Ron Tugnut stopped 70 shots and lost 3-2.
Wow, that's unreal. Plus, Tugnut is a killer name. The Minnesota North Stars used to have a goalie named Kerry Taco. So if you're a goalie, you got to have a good name.
Now you're talking about the Dallas Stars.
No,
well, now, but I don't acknowledge them as that.
Let's not get. Why does everybody hate me around here?
Hey, I got an interesting question for him just before we let him go. What do the Wild and the Bruins have in common? Do you know, William?
They both had Charlie Coyle in the same season.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Oh.
Who the hell is Charlie Coyle?
Oh, Charlie Coyle was he was a winger for the Wild, and they traded him to the Bruins.
All right.
That's about all I got for you, though.
That's not what I was going for, but how do you spell Coyle?
Coyle.
Oh, man.
Jesus, Murphy. Well, look at that. Charlie Coyle. Currently playing for the Boston Bruins and was playing with the Minnesota Wild. Wow. Well, what I was thinking about what the Bruins and the Wild have in common is when you, where do you go where's your favorite burger joint?
Oh boy, favorite burger joint is Matt's Burgers in Minneapolis.
Matt's Burgers in Minneapolis. And when you order yourself do you order yourself a Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke?
We'd go Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, and you put a straw in there, and what do you do? How do you get that soda up to your mouth?
Suck it.
There you go. Wow. You know what, guys? I'm actually exhausted.
Yes.
I didn't know Bobby Goldsboro because it was going to take it out of you.
Neither did we.
Hey, Lionel.
Yeah.
Did you come up with his average? Because I have his average right here.
Oh, great. Go for it.
His average score, drum roll, please. 44.713.
Wow.
That may be a new AML record. I am not sure.
It'd be second place because that'll.
Yeah, when you hear Ed Old Chesty.
When you hear Ed's his superpower is like it was infinity.
Yeah, we all threw in the towel because his superpower was understanding women. We had no comeback for that.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. However, 44 point.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
3 is amazing.
That's an amazing score. That's an amazing score. And he followed that up with Charlie Coyle. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm excited. I think I'm drained. I can barely turn the show off. So Bruce, can you give out our email address?
Yes, because I'm sure we're going to get tons of email after this one. So please send your comments, suggestions, whatever, and terms of endearment, terms of unbelief, whatever, to our email, which is modeler'slife, modelers with one L, modeler'slife@gmail.com.
And we have a website, modeler'slife.com. Bruce,
and what's on our website?
We have links to our Facebook pages, and we have a link to Patreon where you can get an extra bunch of episodes every month if you pony up $5 a month, which I think is 16 cents a day, something like that. And we have our crew page.
You got links to Libsyn and iTunes.
And Libsyn and iTunes and our crew. You can see our crew there and all kinds of stuff. So, so that's it. And Bruce, are you prepared to handle the very end of the show?
Okay.
All right. So remember, Modeler's Life is considered marginally adequate by 6 out of 10
Bobby Goldsboro fans.
I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twig. Then the first snow came and she ran out to brush the snow away so it wouldn't die. Came running in all excited, slipped and almost hurt herself, and I laughed till I cried. She was always young at heart, kinda dumb and kinda smart, and I loved her so.
And now it's time for the New Jersey Transit Elevator Escalator Report. Whether you want it or not. Take it away, Dave.
Good morning, everybody. Plainfield westbound's out this morning for some door modifications. They're going to adjust some of the equipment hardware that came in yesterday, so that should be back later this afternoon. Ridgewood number 2 is out. Vendors en route to take a look at the doors on that one. Those doors are open. At Woodbridge, we had a report of an ADA customer stuck in the elevator. The vendor went there and found the elevator operating normally, so that's back in service. Newark Penn number 9 is out with a skirt panel replacement project, same as last week. And Secaucus number 2, that's one that's out for its step chain replacement and a lower carriage assembly adjustment. So that's still going to be with a good
It's another Lincoln Homer.